Welcome back to another edition of Courting Cinderella's here on the Field of 68 Media Network. I am joined today by Field of 68 After Dark alum Steve Prohm, the head coach of the Murray State Racers. We are breaking down Missouri Valley champion, the Drake Bulldogs. Prohm, I'm going to tee you up with this. I think we all know the answer to this already. Tucker DeVries, best player on the Bulldogs. Break down his game. What does he do well? How good of a player is this guy? He averaged 19 points a game in a very good league.
Yeah, terrific player. Obviously, Darren lucked out with that. Him and Ashley, terrific signee there. Actually, got to watch him a lot in high school and recruit him just when I was at Iowa State. That was during the recruiting process. And so, Tucker, Larry Bird, award winner, player of the year in the Missouri Valley, which, that's, if you ever looked at the Larry Bird trophy in the Missouri Valley and you see it's a who's who on that list. I mean, from McDermott to Van Fleet to Hersey Hawkins to Larry Bird. I mean, it's unbelievable. But I think Tucker, just a sophomore, but man, he's got great size. He's got unbelievable range. I think he can score at all three levels. I mean, he had 30 at our place here, and he was making them from the logos. But he can also get you in some isolations where he can just back you down and shoot over you. And then he has a really good understanding and feel for the game. You could tell he's a coach's son. You could tell he's been really coached, but he's just got such a high basketball IQ, such high skill level, and he's just a winner. And I think that's what makes Drake good. It's just they got tough kids, experienced kids, and high basketball IQ.
So he's obviously the star of this team. Who are some of the X factors? Who are some of the other complementary guys that people need to know about?
Yeah, I think it starts, I guess, with Tucker DeVries, you could say, because he's the alpha dog from a standpoint of the best player in the league. But if you watch the video when they won the championship and they went in the locker room, there was one voice that everybody on that team was chanting, and they were going, Penn, 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 Penn. Roman Penn could easily have been the player of the year in our league. He's what stirs the drink for them. And I think they got so many great – you want to call them glue guys, but they're just intangible guys that they all fit. And Roman Penn's he's the all-time assist leader there, played the most games ever in Drake's history. He's just brings everything to the table that accompanies winning, from the defensive end of the floor, from scouting report, and then making tough shots. Even when we played him in the conference tournament, he made contested, tough shots, made winning plays for them. He's the number one X factor. But they also have Garrett Sturtz, which is probably the best 6'4", 6'5" offensive rebounder, maybe in college basketball. He's the all-time leading rebounder in Drake's history. And again, he's just got great toughness and a great ability to change the game, on the defensive end of the floor or on offense, on the offensive glass. And even when you're playing him, you can hear him talking scouting report. Hey, we're lined up in our underneath out of bounds, play, and he's calling it out already. A certain action we're running, he's calling it out. He is so in tune. But I think Garrett Sturtz and Roman Penn are the two X factors for them that they're as important as Tucker DeVries to that team, no question at all.
Hey guys, just a reminder, our sponsor for today's episode is Run Your Pool. They are hosting the Field of 68 Bracket Challenge. This year, they are giving away $1,500 in free prizes. It's all an incentive for you to get on there and find out just how good their platform is. I've been using them for my bracket pools for years. I've used them for Super Bowl squares. I use them for everything that I need to use them for. The biggest survivor pool that I'm in for both NFL and NCAA tournament is by Run Your Pool. So go check them out. The link's below. Tap in. So it's all about matchups once you get to March and once you get to the NCAA tournament. What does this team do well, and what can they do that will maybe exploit a bad matchup against the higher seed?
Well, I think they're going to have an opportunity to win. I say one game, they've got a chance to win multiple games. This team has been to the tournament before. Now, Tucker DeVries has it, but these older guys have. That's number one. They've beaten good teams. They beat Mississippi State this year, on a neutral floor. They've played in big environments. They played in front of 10,000 at Bradley to try to win the regular season conference championship. I think what makes this team so dangerous, number one, is experience. They're all old. Wilkins, best three-point shooter in history of the school. He's a fifth-year guy. Roman Penn, Garrett Sturtz, Brody inside. And then you bring an alpha dog like Tucker DeVries who can get, 20, 25 on every single night. I think their ability to shoot the basketball, number one, their experience of winning, I think number two, and then their ability to really, really defend. I think they're top three in the Valley in both offense and defense. And when you're top three in a league like this, you got an opportunity to beat teams. And I think you just put them in a neutral floor against the right matchup or two, they got a chance to win some games. Now, I don't think they'll get put into Des Moines. Now, if they get put in Des Moines, they're really in great shape. But I don't think it matters where they go. They travel well. Like their fan base in St. Louis for Arch Madness was terrific. It was really good. But I think they're a scary team. And I don't know if it's going to be an 11 seed, 10 seed, 12 seed. But you're not going to want to see them, I don't think, in the first round, especially if you're a high major.
All right, so we talked about what they do well. Where do they maybe struggle? Where's a weakness? What is something that can be exploited by some of these higher level teams?
Yeah, I think just, they're the one thing they do well now, they really rebound the basketball. Like if you look at their numbers, I think going into their game, the one assistant had the scout. I think they were only out rebounded like 2 or 3 times this year. So they are fundamentally sound. So I don't know if the size and physicality from a high major is going to overpower them. They don't do a lot of switching now defensively. They're going to guard you straight up. So I think people that can spread them out, get them downhill, get paint touches and put pressure on the rim will cause them some problems, especially if you got some shooting, you can really spread them out. If you can, and they can really gap you, they can be really, really tough defensively on you.
Well, there you go, guys. You heard it from somebody that played Drake as tough as anybody in the Missouri Valley this year, Steve Prohm. That's why he was a star on Field of 68 after that.